so quiet, so peaceful, so still. The rhythm of nature, the crackling of a fire, perhaps, the chirp of a cricket or two, the hoot of an owl occasionally. So quiet, so peaceful, so still. The rhythm of nature, a perfect place, a perfect setting for Jesus to pray. A perfect place, a perfect setting for Jesus and his disciples to watch and pray. Jesus did so earnestly. He sweat drops of blood. The disciples, their spirits may have been willing, but their flesh was weak. The rhythm of nature had lulled them to sleep. So quiet, so peaceful, so still. The calm before the storm. Judas was coming. Betrayal was coming. Arrest was coming. The fire would eventually die out. The chirp of the crickets would finally cease. And even the owl would turn his head. Jesus went with his disciples and crossed the Kidron Valley, where there was an olive grove, a place called Gethsemane. Jesus and his disciples went into it. Now, Judas, who betrayed him, knew the place because Jesus had often met there with his disciples. On reaching the place, Jesus said to his disciples, "Sit here while I go over there and pray. Pray so that you will not fall into temptation." He took Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, James and John, along with him, and began to be sorrowful and troubled. Then he said to them, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me." He withdrew about a stone's throw, knelt down, and fell on the ground and prayed that, if possible, the hour might pass from him. "Everything is possible for you, Father. Take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done." When he rose from prayer and went back to the disciples, he found them asleep, exhausted from sorrow. "Simon," he said to Peter, "are you asleep? Could you men not keep watch with me for 1 hour? Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the body is weak." He went away a second time and prayed, "My Father, if it is not possible for this cup to be taken away unless I drink it, may your will be done." When he came back, he again found them sleeping. They did not know what to say to him. So he left them and went away once more and prayed the third time, saying the same thing. And being in anguish, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was like drops of blood falling to the ground. Returning to the disciples the third time, he said to them, "Are you still sleeping and resting? Look, the hour is near, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us go. Here comes my betrayer." While he was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12, arrived, guiding a detachment of soldiers and some officials from the chief priests and Pharisees. They were carrying torches, lanterns, and weapons. With him was a large crowd armed with swords and clubs sent from the chief priests, the teachers of the law, and the elders of the people. Judas was leading them. Now the betrayer had arranged a signal with them. "The one I kiss is the man. Arrest him and lead him away under guard." Going at once to Jesus, Judas approached Jesus to kiss him and said, "Greetings, Rabbi," and kissed him. Jesus asked him, "Judas, are you betraying the Son of Man with a kiss? Friend, do what you came for." Then the detachment of soldiers with its commander and the Jewish officials stepped forward, seized Jesus, and arrested him. They bound him and took him away.